Hi there guys! So today I'm going to do another video in my planning series. This video is going to be on the Disney resort hotels, and it's going to be a comparison of the deluxe, the moderate and the value resorts. I have stayed in all three of the resort types over the last few years, so I'm just going to kind of talk about the differences and the general positives of staying in a Disney resort. So first off, there are some additional services and things that you get from staying in a Disney hotel that you don't get when staying in a non-Disney hotel. So the first one of these is the Magical Express. So when staying in Disney, you can get free transport between Orlando International Airport and the resort itself. This is included within the price of your hotel. You just need to book it with the provider. This is included with deluxe, moderate and value resorts, so it can save like a family of four quite a lot of money. I think it's about $20 per person, like a Mears shuttle to and from the parks. So that's $40 per person return. So you're saving yourself like around $160 just by booking through Disney. So you are saving yourself quite a bit of cash there. The next free thing that you get from staying in a Disney hotel is you get free transport to and from the parks every day. Disney offers shuttles from the parks to your resort and also to Disney Springs, which is really handy. Again, you're saving yourself like parking on property or having to pay for like a taxi. I know that some hotels off property do offer free shuttles as well. A lot of the time I think they go to maybe the transportation and ticket centre, so you're then having to get yourself from the transportation and ticket centre to other places in Walt Disney World or to Magic Kingdom from the transportation and ticket centre, which can take up to half an hour. Whereas the Disney buses do drop you off right at the entrances, so that is a definite plus. Another benefit of staying in a Walt Disney World resort is that you get extra magic hours in the parks. So the parks can be open an extra hour in the morning just for hotel guests, or an extra couple of hours in the evening for hotel guests. So you're getting that time in the parks that are generally quite a bit quieter because people who aren't staying in Disney resorts can't go into them. So you're getting much shorter wait times for things, which is a definite benefit. Another added benefit of staying in a Walt Disney World resort is that you can book your dining a little bit more in advance. So when you're booking your dining, it's normally 180 days in advance, but when you're staying in a Walt Disney World resort, it's 180 days plus 10 days for your stay. So you can book all your dining at one time. So that means you're kind of getting 190 days in advance when it gets to like your vacation window, which means you can get things like Be Our Guest, Ohana, Cinderella's Royal Table quite easily. Like I've just booked today actually for my trip in December, and I managed to get Be Our Guest for lunch. I could have got it for breakfast, lunch or dinner really easily. Like there were plenty of reservations available because I was looking towards the end of my holiday, so it's about 187 days in advance or something like that. So a lot of people weren't able to book yet. The next benefit of staying in a Walt Disney World resort is that you can book your fast passes 60 days in advance. Again, normally you'd get 30 days, so you're getting an extra 30 days by being able to book 60 days in advance, which is amazing, especially if you're wanting to ride things like Frozen, the new Avatar rides I'm guessing, things like that. Having that extra 30-day window means that you can book all those rides ahead of time, and you're getting all the slots that you kind of want and the times that you want. It does make planning out your holiday a lot easier. The last benefit I can think of staying in a Walt Disney World resort is magic bands. So when you stay in a Walt Disney World resort, you get a magic band when you check in. They don't look like this anymore, they are now Magic Bands 2.0, but they do the same thing. So you get your room key, your park ticket, your dining plan, you can link a credit card to it. It just kind of does everything for when you're in the parks. You can still link your ticket and everything to a magic band if you aren't staying on property. However, you do need to buy the magic band yourself, so you do get a magic band for free by staying in a Walt Disney World resort. So that's the main benefits I can think of staying in a Walt Disney World resort. So now I'm going to compare the three different types of Walt Disney World resort. So first off, you've got your value resorts. These are the cheapest kind of resorts that are on property, and there are only about 5 of them I think. So you've got Pop Century, Art of Animation, and then you've got All Star Sports, Movies and Music. They are all perfectly good resorts. Like, I wouldn't say don't stay in any of them. I have only stayed in Pop Century. I would love to stay in Art of Animation, and I've heard like mixed reviews about All Star, but for the benefits that you're getting, I do think it's worth it. When I was looking at going, I was looking at possibly staying off-site in a hotel that was kind of near Disney Springs, like it was a walkable distance to Disney Springs. I think that was working out at about $600 or £600 for the week, and I think Pop Century was coming in at about £650. So with all the benefits that you're getting just from staying in a Walt Disney World resort hotel, it was definitely worth the extra £50 to stay on site. And if that's the kind of thing that you're looking for, if you're looking for the cheapest thing possible, if it is only a bit extra, I would definitely recommend staying in a value resort. Value resorts are quite large, there are a lot of people staying in them, and they can be quite noisy, I've heard, but I stayed in Pop Century in the middle of summer and we had absolutely no issues with noise. We were relatively close to the bus stops as well, which was great for us. You're still getting, there's like a food court within each of the resorts, so you've got access to your quick service food quite easily, and you've got bus transportation to and from the parks. The rooms are quite basic. You get 2 queen size beds I think normally, or double size beds, I'm not sure what they're called in the US. You get 2 beds, and then you've got your bathroom, and I think it's normally a single sink that's in there. But if you're just wanting somewhere to kind of rest your head with some theming, it's great they're great hotels for kids as well, because the rooms are really quite heavily themed. So you've got Art of Animation, which are themed around like The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Cars and Finding Nemo, and then you've got Pop Century, which has got like huge props around the resort. Same with all the All Stars, they've all got massive props around, which are quite fun for your kids. So they're great family resorts. Next up, you've got your moderate resorts. These obviously fall in the middle in terms of pricing. They do have a couple of added benefits above the value resorts. The rooms themselves are very similar, and there's not much difference in the layout. I think you might get a second sink, but the beds are about the same size. I think maybe the queens instead of doubles, whichever way it works, I'm not really sure. The theming is less towards big, I suppose. It's less big, it's less Disney character-y. They're more like normal hotels, if that makes sense. Like the theming is probably better for like couples and again still families. Like the rooms are lovely. I've stayed in Riverside and I really loved it. It was so nice. The resort was so pretty. Again, it's still a huge resort, Riverside, but they have got some slightly smaller ones like French Quarter, which fall into the moderate price banding. With moderate resorts, you do also get your quick service location, but there is normally a table service location and maybe like a bar in there as well, so you've got a little bit more variation in where you can eat and where you can like relax after a day in the parks. They've also generally got more recreation activities, so they'll have movies under the stars, which I think values might do as well, and the swimming pools like values, but they'll generally have like things like bike riding that you can do. The grounds are generally bigger and a bit more, I don't know, like places you might want to explore, I suppose. Especially Riverside, like it's gorgeous around there. They also offer an additional mode of transport normally. So Riverside, you get the boat, which stops at Riverside, also stops at French Quarter, and then I think it stops at Saratoga, and maybe Old Key West as well. But you've got that boat facility to get you to and from Disney Springs, which is quite a nice alternative to getting the bus. And then the third option that you've got on Walt Disney World property are your deluxe resorts. So your deluxe resorts are obviously the most expensive, but there are like different prices within there. So you've got like Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is one of the cheapest, just because of like the location of it really, I think. Like it's not that close to anything other than Animal Kingdom. And then you've got your most expensive ones like the Grand Floridian, Polynesian, anything around the monorail basically. Although Wilderness Lodge does actually fall towards the cheaper end, which is I think is quite surprising considering it is really close to Magic Kingdom and it's just such a beautiful resort. So is Animal Kingdom Lodge though. Any deluxe resort is going to be amazing. With deluxe resorts, again, you're going to have even more choices for food. You're going to have at least one quick service location and at least one table service. For example, Animal Kingdom Lodge has got 3 different table service restaurants. It's got Boma, Sanaa and Jiko, and then it's also got the Mara, which is your quick service location. Places like Grand Floridian have got, I can't remember what the quick service location is called, but then you've got like Narcoossee's, 1900 Park Fair, the Grand Floridian Cafe, Citrico's, Victoria and Albert's. Like, you've got loads of different like table service options in those kind of restaurants, and again you've got lots of different bar areas as well. So you've got a lot of different places, things that you can do after you've been in the parks for a day to kind of relax within your own hotel area. You've also got more transportation options normally, so the boats will probably take you to a theme park. For example, Beach Club and Boardwalk, they've got the boat that will take you to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Grand Floridian and all the monorail resorts have got the boats that will take you to Magic Kingdom, but they've also got access to the monorail, which is amazing. You can get to Magic Kingdom on that. You can also get the monorail around to the TTC and switch on to Epcot and get to Epcot pretty quickly as well. So the only thing you're needing to get the bus for is Disney Springs, Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. Again, normally at deluxe resorts you've got a couple more recreation options. So there'll be like boats you can hire, again, like maybe you can ride horses, maybe you can rent bikes. There's normally a bit more that you can do. All this obviously is at an additional cost, but it's just nice to have those kind of options available. In terms of which kind of resort I would recommend, I would honestly recommend any of the three. Whichever one suits your budget and you'd be happy staying in, I would just recommend staying on site, because I do think it's so much easier than staying off site. I haven't actually ever stayed off site, so maybe I'm not the best person to kind of weigh up staying off site versus on site, but my parents did stay off site when they came to visit me when I was doing my international college programme, and it did just take quite a bit longer to kind of get to and from the parks, and having to factor in taxis if you wanted to have a drink and stuff like that. So it is, I think it is just generally a lot easier to stay on site, and I do think you're getting your money's worth as well. I hope you found this video informative. If you've got any additional like things about the Disney hotels that you want to chat about, then please comment below. If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!